Thank you for all my new subscribers. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel as we are dropping heat on this channel. Also, share this video. The more likes and shares we get, the more this video gets, into the YouTube algorithm, into the YouTube universe. Nevertheless, let's dive into the information.
Is wanting to terminate his rights.
I was considering it at the moment. I was having a bit of a panic attack because this number, it's devastating, to be honest.
Super mod that was filed in February. I got 2 children that are well under the age of 18, so that's not going to be a problem. This matter is before the court on a super modification of child support and motion to confirm arrears. This was filed with Bell County back on the 7th day of February 2024.
Your Honor, both parties are present. This was an order that was done back in 2016. The state is seeking to modify it to have guideline support, which was calculated to be $966 in this case. I believe Ms. Larson is in agreement with providing medical and dental insurance through her work and being reimbursed at $314 for medical and $69 for dental. This time the case is in future pay, so we'd ask that $206.52 that Mr. Rivetto's paid ahead to be applied to any future obligation, and I believe Mr. Rivetto is wanting to terminate his rights.
Okay, I'll let Mr. Rivetto tell me those in his own words, but Mr. Rivetto, here's the deal.
If I may, Your Honor.
I'll let you make an opening, sir. What are you asking the court to do here today?
So I was considering it at the moment. I was having a bit of a panic attack because this number is it's devastating, to be honest, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal, sir. What are you asking me to do? Are you asking me for a continuance where you go talk to a lawyer? Or you have because right now there are no other pleadings on file other than the states requesting the modification to bring this up to guideline of what the law says you're supposed to pay under child support. I'll let you know up front, sir. There's no way that you're going to get a termination on this case. Termination requires the court to appoint a lawyer to represent the children, and you'd have to convince the children's lawyer that they're his or her client shouldn't get the money that they're entitled to under Texas law. That's never going to happen. A lawyer would get bummed out and get kicked out of the bar for doing that. But again, you have the absolute right to ask for anything you want in conforming with the law, sir. And you have the absolute right. Since this matter's only been on file a few months, I'll let you go talk to a lawyer if you want. But again, you may have heard the morning speech. Guideline, and for me to do something different than that, I got to have a legal reason, sir. And that usually requires a lawyer or somebody who's really up to date or can really make a strong legal argument on why something should be different. But we haven't told you that. What do you want to try to do here today, sir?
I guess the first issue I have is the calculation the state came up with includes, it's not set off like my base pay, it includes overtime, which it's not guaranteed.
Okay, let me stop you right there. I'll tell you how Texas does that. Texas Family Code specifically includes overtime. The state's supposed to look at what your earnings have been over for the last 1 year time frame, and that is prima facie that's what it is going forward. Now, next year, if you lose overtime, or you actually, who do you work for, sir?
I work for a small company called Howard McInerney Equipment.
All right, then. Well, if you say you work for Tesla and and you got a letter from Tesla saying next year we're not going to be doing overtime, then yeah, we would take that. But from a smaller company, we would leave probably a little bit more. We probably even need testimony under oath from one of the somebody in personnel or human services to come, or human resources to come in and talk to give that testimony. But right now, the Family Code specifically says overtime counts, and what you've earned over the last 12 months is prima facie what the court should use going forward. Again, okay. I'm not a lawyer, but that's exactly what it said, sir.
Okay, I understand, sir. I mean, I was kind of panicking earlier, to be honest with you, because this is the only other thing I can ask, and other than that, I can't really request anything else. Is it possible to hold the start time on this until July 1st?
Okay, that's the other one thing. So you heard the last hearing. I could technically start it as early as March the 1st, but based on it jumping like this and the fact that these children are younger and this is going to be paying child support for a lot longer, the best I can do, sir, is June the 1st. Yeah, that's the best I can do on this one. I wouldn't go backwards, but you're in future pay. I would go ahead and just go forward with that June date. And if you want to, I can go ahead and make the only other thing, sir, right now that I can look at is I see this, the health insurance is kind of, the reimbursement's kind of large. Health insurance is considered part of child support. And if you have a health insurance package that works for the kids where they are at this point, then the court could entertain order you to maintain the health insurance going forward and just order you to pay child support to mom and make you do the health insurance and the dental and going forward, sir. But that's the only other thing I could possibly look at based on the pleadings I have before me at this time.
And I just talked to my bosses a while ago. It's still cheaper for me to just pay her than to put them on my plan. Our plan would be astronomical with them.
Where are you located, sir?
I'm in Temple.
Okay, you are local. Okay, just want to make sure. Yep. All right, sir, here's the deal. I can go ahead and make this a temporary order and let you go talk to a lawyer about things going forward. But again, sir, everything I've told you is part and parcel, 100% what the law is as far as your case is concerned. And when you want to change things from that, I've got to have compelling reasons, sir.
Okay.
So do you need additional time, sir, or do you want to go ahead and wrap this up today?
To be honest, I would like some additional time to at least speak to a lawyer to understand what legal reasoning is, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm a mechanic. I turn wrenches.
All right. Well, here's the deal, sir. Are you asking? Lawyers are expensive. My kid now they just started billing him after the first of the year at $400 an hour. So, and he's a baby lawyer, but that's Austin. So how long do you need, sir? If you want to do something before the end of the month, then I could just leave this as is. But we're looking at something after the first. Okay. Well, I can even come in at sometime in June. But I can order the new child support amount to start the first day of June or anytime before that date. I feel that will equal things out. So how long do you think you need, sir, to talk to a lawyer? You need 30, 45 days? What are we talking about?
I would say less than that, to be honest with you. But whatever the soonest next date, I guess. I'll start making some phone calls maybe within the week.
I know we might be a little crowded on some of these dockets, Ms. Hubbard, but let's go ahead and see if we get this one wrapped up by the end of the month.
I just, for clarification, I just want to understand, if I show up to the next one and I don't have a lawyer, I'm not going to be in any trouble.
No.
Okay.
There's no requirement to have a lawyer, sir.
Your Honor, there are still spaces on the 625 docket.
Okay. Well, okay, that's more than a month out. I was going to probably get him in by the end of this month.
So by the end of May.
All right, well, we can do it. Let's go ahead and give, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and look at getting 625. Yeah, lawyers are expensive, and getting a lawyer to come in 10, 15, 20 days is super expensive. So, but again, I will look at making the new child support amount start the first day of June, even if we do go to 25th of May at a minimum, ma'am. And so you won't be behind any money, and it'll give them the opportunity to explore what his various options are. So if I do this on June 25th, and let's see if we can prioritize this to get this one done early as possible on that date. It's 5 o'clock and they've been here all day. I tell you what, okay. So
Your Honor, I have a special setting. I have there's two special settings on 531. Mike could add it to the afternoon.
All right, 531. Yeah, I got a 9:30 and 11. Yeah, I could actually, folks, I can give y'all a special setting on Friday afternoon, May 31st at let's see, right now I've got 11:15 to 1 o'clock, and I can set y'all on the at 1 o'clock. This is I can give you an hour at 1 p.m. on that Friday, and that way we can start the new order for June the 1st. If there's not a new lawyer on this, if there is a new lawyer, we can look at setting up a temporary order and taking it from there. So, Ms. Larson and Mr. Roberto, can you appear at 1 p.m. on Friday the 31st? You're the only case I have at that time. That way you don't have to get caught in anybody's docket.
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
absolutely can. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make that Zoom code and get it out, and we'll see about getting you folks in here at 1 p.m. I'll have lunch after I deal with you guys, okay?
Yes, sir.
And when I leave for lunch after 1 o'clock, guess what? I'm not coming back on a Friday. Are you kidding? And I don't even play golf anymore, and I'm still not coming back. So yeah. So. All right, guys. We'll Mr. Roboto, I understand it's a big change, and non-lawyers have the opportunity. I'll let you get that second opinion, like this was a doctor's thing. So we'll come back and I'll give you I'll get that Zoom code out for you immediately. So
I appreciate that, sir.
Since we don't have to do any orders at this time, is there anything else either of you are requesting at this point, Ms. Larson?
No, sir.
Mr. Roboto?
No, sir.
All right, see everybody on May 31, 1 p.m. Thank you.
All right, so you clearly see how that played itself out. You got to really be careful when you're mixing your gene pool and then you don't get along with each other. And then after you don't get along with each other, now you want the courts to sort it out. But then that you must have money for the courts to sort it out. So you got to think about it. So dad is not prepared. He worked some overtime. The state saw that he worked this overtime. And now his child support rate has gone up. Nevertheless, let's put it in the comments how you feel. Do you think that dad should have just went ahead and let the judge, make a decision on the case? Or is he smart trying to talk to a lawyer that may cost $150 an hour, $400 an hour? You already crying about child support. How do you think a lawyer going to, how much a lawyer going to cost? So nonetheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe as we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. And once again, we'll